Hello! Today I'm going to show you how to draw a fun and simple cartoon jellyfish on Procreate. We'll start with basic shapes and colors and later on add more details. For the head, draw your circle and hold it until Procreate automatically creates that perfect round shape. On a new layer on top, we'll create the jellyfish top hat in a lighter orange. And for reference, the shape looks similar to a lampshade, being narrow at the top and wider as you get closer to the face. On a new layer behind the head, we'll finish the jellyfish top hat with a darker orange, creating those shadows underneath. For the body, I wanted to keep it simple and do a peace sign in one hand and then add waves for the tail, just like the tentacles in the picture. Again, you can be as creative as you like with the body, shape, size. Creating the waves helps to create that movement. You can do anything from the peace sign, hands up. You could even hide the hands behind the back. And then go ahead and just drag and drop that color in and color any spots that didn't get all that orange. As you can see, I'm still practicing hands, so it's okay if they don't look anatomically correct. So adding some extra detail on the top with a lighter orange, just like in the photo. We'll go in to a different layer. Go ahead and drag and drop your lighter shade of orange, and then we will duplicate this so you don't have to draw it again. And then on your bottom layer, I just dragged and dropped an even lighter color and then moved it around so that you can get a little bit of contrast as well as some design. Created a layer on top of the top hat, and then the shapes do not have to be perfect, but I wanted to create these patterns starting narrow at the top and then wider at the bottom to go with the basic shape, kind of that lampshade. And now for my favorite part, drawing the eyes. You're going to create a new layer on top of the face for the white part of the eye, and then on top of that, you are going to create another layer and choose clipping mask so that when you draw on top of it, it'll stay within the boundaries of the white of the eye and not go anywhere onto the face. Now for the pupils, I like to use about 3 to 4 different shades of the color and then just create some imperfect shapes and fill them in to give your character lively eyes. That's usually what I like to do with mine. You can make them as large or as small as you want to make them, as close to the center or wide apart on the face. You are the one that chooses how you want your character to look, and it also doesn't matter what color you choose. I tried sticking with shades similar to that I used on the body. And I think something that I've been doing lately is keeping darker colors closer to the center of the face and then using lighter ones on the outside, and then of course using the lightest ones to act as highlights on top of the pupil, so it would be the darkest shade that you chose. As you can see, it gives your eye dimension. It's more cohesive when the colors, the shades are similar. And then you can choose to add an outline. in a darker shade. You can choose to go with black. I chose a pretty dark brown here, again, to keep in with the same color palette. And then depending on how you want your character to look, you can add some eyelashes. They can be smaller or larger, and you can fill them in. I like to add a couple on the bottom lash since we can't see the top right now. Cute little button nose. Again, depending on how you wanted your character to look, I'm keeping mine free and smiling, but you can do whatever facial expressions you'd like. They can be angry, they can be in bewilderment, whatever you would like. And then my second favorite part is going back with the dry ink tool from the inking tool selection. And then you can add finer details such as freckles. You can outline the full picture. The lines don't have to be perfect. That's definitely your choice depending on your drawing style. So I'll just kind of add some of those details throughout on the eye. I tried to add a few lines in there. Again, it creates some depth and it makes the eyes pop a little more. And again, for the anatomy, it doesn't have to be on point, but you can always look in the mirror. You can add some clavicles in there, that little dip where your sternum is. And again, with the hands, you can make the peace sign yourself and then kind of see, oh, where's your thumb located? And then add just a few extra lines to detail the fingers. Under the brim of the jellyfish hat, it gives it a little bit of shadow so it stands out. And then going across the patterns at the top will also bring out the detail that you had, and it'll stand out between the different oranges that you chose. And again, the lines, they don't have to be perfect or exact. It's just your choice for drawing style. Now, make a layer underneath all of these that we just drew. I went to painting and then the round brush tool. And I like the gradient of my reference picture that goes from dark blue at the bottom and gradually gets lighter to the top. So we'll go ahead and replicate this. And I'm just selecting the color straight from the reference photo. Going across horizontally, and then you will go to Gaussian blur. And I think I went to 28%, and that'll help blend it automatically in the background. Thank you so much for watching. Comment on what you would like to see next and any questions you may have. Bye!